Welcome to this fascinating journey into the incredible world of rare coins where history, mystery, and fortune collide. Today we are diving deep into one of the most extraordinary discoveries in numismatics, the 1966 quarter dollar that has shocked collectors and experts around the globe with an estimated value of $25 million. A staggering price tag for a coin that was originally minted for just 25 cents. And what makes this coin so valuable is not only its rarity but also the unique blend of errors, mistakes, and possibilities that surround its creation, preservation, and eventual recognition by experts. This is not just a story about a coin, it is a story about chance, history, and how a tiny piece of metal can become a life-changing treasure. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that was meant for everyday use, tossed into pockets, purses, and vending machines. Yet because of rare circumstances it transformed into one of the most desirable pieces in coin collecting history. The 1966 quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series, but during this year the United States Mint was experimenting with changes in metal composition as silver was phased out of circulation. Coins after 1964. Most quarters from 1965 onward were made of a copper-nickel clad composition. Yet some transitional errors occurred when leftover silver planchets were mistakenly struck with the New Year's designs, and this created confusion and extremely rare varieties. The possibility that a 1966 quarter was accidentally struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of the copper-nickel clad makes it a standout candidate for one of the greatest error coins ever produced. Imagine that during the minting process, leftover silver planchets from previous years found their way into presses intended for clad quarters, creating a hybrid of history that should not exist. This alone elevates the desirability. But there's more. Some examples from 1966 also display doubled dies, striking errors, off center strikes, weak strikes, and die cracks, and each of these anomalies adds a layer of uniqueness and value. Collectors crave what should not exist, they want to own the impossible. And the 1966 quarter delivers this in abundance. Another major factor behind its multi-million-dollar valuation is its condition. While most coins circulated heavily and lost their luster, a few pieces survived in mint state. Preserved in pristine condition without scratches or wear, those are the holy grail finds. Combining rarity, error, and preservation into one object that collectors worldwide would pay fortunes to obtain. In the world of numismatics, error coins are categorized into types, such as planchet errors, die errors, and striking errors. The 1966 quarter has been found with a blend of these, making it a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. For example, certain quarters from this year have shown misaligned dies where the front and back do not match up perfectly, giving the coin an eerie shadowed appearance. Others show doubling on the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," or even on Washington's profile itself. These double die varieties are among the most sought after because they represent mistakes at the engraving and hubbing level, which means the error occurred before the mass striking, making each such coin unique yet part of a tiny limited batch. Beyond errors, let's talk about the historical context. 1966 was a pivotal year in U.S. coinage. The mint was under pressure to produce billions of coins to meet circulation demands, while simultaneously dealing with the transition away from silver. The sheer chaos of mass production under tight deadlines made errors inevitable, but few were caught, and fewer survived. Those that did became treasures like the 1966 quarter that is now valued at $25 million. Collectors also speculate about the possibility of unique die trials or test strikes being released accidentally. Such pieces are virtually priceless. Imagine a coin that was never meant to leave the mint, yet somehow found its way into circulation, only to resurface decades later as a multi-million-dollar artifact. Another fascinating possibility lies in the use of wrong planchets. During this era, the mint was also producing dimes, nickels, and half dollars. Sometimes blanks from one denomination would be mistakenly struck with the dies of another. If a 1966 quarter was struck on a dime planchet, it would be undersized, missing parts of its design, and incredibly rare. If struck on a foreign planchet, which was known to happen since U.S. mints produced coins for other countries, it could become a unique anomaly unlike anything else. Each scenario adds layers to the coin's story and pushes its value higher. collectors and investors view such coins as not only rare artifacts but also as historical documents that preserve mistakes and transitions in minting history. What makes the $25 million valuation believable is the simple fact that wealthy collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts to own something that no one else can. Ownership is exclusivity, and exclusivity drives value. Now consider the psychological allure. Holding a 1966 quarter worth millions feels like defying the odds, like finding a hidden treasure in plain sight, and this is why the legend of the 1966 quarter continues to grow. With each reported sale, each new discovery of an error, each authentication by grading services, its myth spreads wider. Many coin enthusiasts search their old jars, drawers, and inherited collections hoping to stumble upon one, and while the odds are slim, history has proven again and again that treasures do slip into the hands of unsuspecting individuals, who only later realize they are sitting on a fortune. One of the most famous stories in coin collecting is how a regular person discovers a rare error coin while sorting through change. And suddenly they are catapulted into the headlines because what they thought was pocket change turns out to be life-changing wealth. Imagine someone paying for a cup of coffee with a coin that could buy a mansion. That is the kind of irony and excitement that fuels this field. So what specific errors and features should collectors look for in a 1966 quarter? First, check the weight. Silver quarters weigh more than clad ones. So if a 1966 quarter tips the scale at 6.25 grams instead of the standard 5.67 grams, it could be a silver transitional error. Second, check for doubling under magnification on the motto or the date. Third, look at the edges. A clad coin reveals a copper core when viewed from the side, while a silver coin is solid white. If your 1966 quarter has no visible copper stripe, it could be a rare silver strike. Fourth, examine for misalignments or off-center strikes. These are usually visible to the naked eye. Fifth, check for die cracks or cuds, where parts of the die broke off and left raised metal lines or blobs on the coin. These add character and uniqueness. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify these errors, which is essential for establishing multimillion-dollar values. Without authentication, claims of rare errors remain speculative, but once certified, they become undeniable treasures. Beyond errors, there is also the condition factor. Coins graded MS65 or higher are considered gem quality, and a gem quality error coin is exponentially rarer. Picture a flawless coin with all its luster intact, yet carrying undeniable mistakes from the mint. That paradox is what drives collectors wild. In the case of the $25 million 1966 quarter, experts believe it combines multiple attributes, possibly a silver transitional planchet, a doubled die, and pristine condition, making it unique in the world, a once-in-a-lifetime masterpiece. Such a coin transcends numismatics, becoming a cultural icon, an artifact of history, and a financial powerhouse. Collectors from around the globe, from museums to private billionaires, compete for such rarities, and this competition drives prices into the stratosphere. The 1966 quarter dollar at $25 million is more than just a coin. It is proof that human error, combined with history, chance, and preservation, can create value beyond imagination. And this is what keeps the coin collecting world alive and exciting. Every new discovery, every auction, every headline reignites the passion for the hunt. And who knows, perhaps someone watching this right now has a 1966 quarter tucked away, unaware of its true value. This is the thrill of the hobby. It is a treasure hunt that never ends, and every coin in your pocket could be a key to fortune. So as we unravel the mysteries of the 1966 quarter, let us also appreciate the artistry, the history, and the legacy behind every coin. Each one is a silent witness to its time, carrying stories, mistakes, and possibilities that can turn a simple 25-cent piece into a multimillion-dollar legend. And as always, if you enjoy learning about rare coins, their stories, and the amazing fortunes they hold, make sure to like and subscribe because the next coin we explore could be the one that changes everything.